Get on in here. It's tea time. You know, I don't have a topic today because my teapot's empty and I've got to fill it up with topics, but I'm going to do that next week. I'm not going to worry about getting all that done today because I have a teacup and there's a lesson in this teacup. This teacup was my mother in law's, and it was one of the things we kept from her house after we sold her house. It's a little bluebird and a finch. You know, these birds make me happy. These birds really make me happy, especially when they're on my back deck. Well, just a while ago, I'll probably start crying. Whew, I'm waiting for everybody to get in here. I'm going to wait. But this was my mother-in-law's little teacup. She has two of them, and I have them both. I also have the glasses that she used for her wedding reception, and it was she gave me one little piece of advice when Robert and I got married, and I said to her, you know, Robert's father died when he was 10 years old. When he was 10 years old. And my father left our family when I was 10 years old. So we both grew up without a father in our lives. And and Ella never remarried. Never. Never ever remarried. I don't think she even dated anything, because Robert was 10 and his sister was 13 when when his father passed away. And I asked her, you know, why did you never get married? And she said, just looked me square in the eyes, and she said, you know, when you do it right the first time, you don't ever have to do it again. How cool is that? Well, I didn't do it right the first time. I didn't do it right the second time, but I've done it right the third time. So here's to my mother-in-law, Ella, and her pretty little cup with bluebirds and finches on it. And knowing that I've done it right. And I don't have to redo it. I don't have to live in fear anymore, ever again. I am my own person. Robert was his own person, and when we met each other, we came together as a family and became a whole family. And we're good on our own, but we're even better together. So here's to Ella and the lessons that she can teach us with her little teacup, and how we don't have to beat ourselves up. We don't have to beat ourselves up. So drink up. So back to the bird on my back deck. There's about 200 in here. Back to the bird on my back deck. There was a dove on my back deck a while ago. And it was pecking around on the ground. And it made me realize that that dove represented the peace that I feel right now. The peace that I have, not wanting to be anybody else. I am who I am right now and where I am supposed to be. Robert was only married one time before me. I am who I am, and I am where I am supposed to be, because I am here to help you. Help you in lots of ways. Lots of ways. Leanne at 1 o'clock, if you haven't watched her show, you've got to watch it. It is powerful in a way that only Leanne can teach. And she's talking about our timeline, just like what we were brainstorming on this morning. And this timeline of our life we don't have to be stuck on this timeline. We can go forward. We can go forward. And we can go forward with knowledge. Knowledge. And this knowledge is going to help to flip the switch. Now, You've all seen these advertisements on TV. I know you've seen them because I've seen them. For skinny this and skinny this, skinny margaritas, skinny, alcoholic beverages, skinny this, skinny that. Diet Cokes, diet Dr. Pepper, diet all this stuff. Marketing people want you to believe that there's no calories in all that stuff. None. But guess what? If it tastes sweet, it probably is. Think about it. If your taste buds tell you it's sweet, something's going on there. Whether it's real sugar or fake sugar, it's still telling your taste buds that something's going on. Yep. Don't be fooled by the marketing agents. The vaping people, they want to hook you on this sweet taste of whatever it is that's going on in these things. They're dangerous. They want to hook you on the taste of McDonald's French fries. They put agents, chemical agents, yes, chemical agents, in their food to hook you. That is just as addictive as cocaine. Cigarettes are more addictive than cocaine. Nicotine is more addictive. And this plant-based burger, you know what the burger's made out of? If you'll read the ingredients of that burger, it's potatoes. And what are potatoes? More garbage. More garbage. Just eat it. When you eat it, it's chemicals. If your food is not whole food, if you can't pick it out in the produce section or in your garden, if you can't figure out what it is, it's garbage. It's crap. And you know what it's going to do? It's going to be a train wreck. You're going to see carnage, and the carnage is going to be on your body. This was a comment I made on Leanne's show. Garbage, carnage. It rhymes. It gets us. We understand it. You put carbs in your body, you're going to wreak havoc with your body. So we have the ability to have this dove of peace in our hands, on our fork, if we put the right things in our mouth. Now, I played a little game with myself. Leanne and I have been playing games like crazy about slowing down our eating process. Well, I decided today I would break my fast with a smoothie about 2 o'clock. A smoothie. I don't eat smoothies often, but I decided I would have a smoothie, and it's got fiber minder in it, and it's the trifecta. It's protein, it's a good fat, it is no dairy, it's almond milk or almond liquid, whatever you want to call it. Protein, fiber, and a good fat. The trifecta. And wow. I did 8 ounces of the almond milk, and then shook it up and let it sit beside my chair while I was talking to Leanne and downloading her video, and I was having problems with Firefox. It went away. It just disappeared off my computer, and I didn't know what I did. I hit a button and it just went away. So I'm getting all that back, and I decided, and I have this little shaker bottle, and we'll try to get you some, but it's a little smoothie shaker bottle. That's all it is. I put my almond milk in there, throw in my little packet of stuff that Leanne made for me with the good fat, the fiber, and the protein. All I gotta do is put it in there, shook it up, and I let it sit while I did things. And then I shook it again. I'm sort of getting some exercises going. And I'm being mindful. Instead of gulping it down, I decided to drink one sip at a time. One little sip at a time. One sip at a time. Just like we're doing our tea. And because I sipped it, I didn't have the lid on quite much, and my shirt was covered in splatter, so I had to put my overshirt on it again. And I've tried to wash it off, but it didn't work because it's navy blue and it was kind of white and creamy. But I would take a sip. This is being mindful. This is letting go of the carnage. The carnage of eating too fast. All of this stuff falls into that pattern. You know, what we've been doing hasn't been working. We've got to change things up. So I would take a sip, and this fiber minder stuff that she has in this smoothie, if you drink it too fast, too quick, it's a bit on the gritty side. So I recognized this the other day. So I thought, well, I'm going to let it sit and let it absorb the liquid so that it won't be gritty, because I don't like that taste. I don't like that. And you know, I would take a little sip, just enough to put in my mouth, and I would swirl it around in my mouth so that I could savor each little sip. Not drink it all down quickly so that it's going to, so that it's going to sit heavy on my tummy. I drank it down in sips. It was powerful. I told Leanne what I was doing. I was taking this smoothie and turning it into about 30 to 40 minute exercise in pacing myself. But I did it. And guess what? The smoothie got better and better. Well, no, the grit is not a bad thing, because when I let it sit in the jar, it expanded. It's little tiny fiber pellets is what it is. And when you know what it is, you're not put off by it. So don't be put off by it. You just can't drink it too quickly. Drink it slow and steady. Slow and steady. And the smoothie just gets smoother and smoother as you go along. And you feel the fiber on your tongue. You feel the fiber in your mouth. And and you be thankful for that fiber and what it's going to do when it gets down into your tummy. Well, we don't have a topic today because my topic's printed out with stuff on both sides, and it's not going to work if I cut them up. So I'm not going to mess with trying to put too much pressure on myself. Next week, when I get back from Ben's parole hearing, I'll deal with that. But right now, I got my own topic, and it was this cup. This cup that was my mother-in-law's. This cup of the birds, these lovely birds that make me happy. I have bluebirds and yellow birds, and they make me happy. So the topic is letting go of the stinking thinking we have up here. This is our body clutter. Eating too fast, doing things that hurt us, that cause carnage in our life, day in and day out. Hiding food, not being mindful of what's going in our mouths, not having every bite of food bless us in some way, and not being thankful. I mean, I read 3 books this summer on North Korea. And if that doesn't make you thankful for having food in your house, nothing will. Nothing will. So be thankful for every bite. Be happy that you have the ability to cook something decent for your meal. I mean, Leanne and I are going to do some videos when we get back about setting up our hot melt sprint. And you can do it in just a couple of hours in your own oven, and prepare your protein and freeze it and get it ready to go. Don't shove another cookie in your mouth. That is what's going on with you. You have got to let go of the garbage that you're ingesting day in and day out. You can't do that. Recognize what it's doing to you. And you have got to let it go. Let it go. So here's to recognizing what we're doing. The carnage we're creating with our health, with our bodies. The same carnage is what happens in your home when you're not following your routines. So setting up a routine for making your dinner, putting it together easily. You know, it's a salad. Last night I did 2 ounces of the hot melt soup with some chicken broth in it. Heated that up, put it onto 5 or 6 spinach leaves in my cup. And that was my appetizer while my meal was cooking. I was getting myself ready to not be famished and gobble things down. It was a way to stop me from eating so fast. I never knew what hit me, I never knew what went into my tummy. So I'm slowing myself down. I'm letting my tummy catch up, letting my head catch up with my stomach when you slow things down. Leanne and I have watched Mark and Robert eat. They always take their time. Now, Mark got choked one time, and so he started doing it for a reason, because he doesn't ever want to swallow a piece of meat that's too big. We can do this. We really can do this. It doesn't take a lot. In fact, the hot melt sprint is the easiest thing I've ever done. And I'm looking forward to doing it again. But this time I'm going to do it myself instead of Leanne help me along. So Robert's going to get me stuff. Robert is going to get me things to make some bone broth. And we're going to cook up that bone broth. And then we're going to be able to make the soup with the bone broth that is going to be full of nutrients, that is every bite is going to help us. Being mindful of everything you put in your mouth and chewing, and every bite is a blessing. Every chew that you make is a blessing. You have teeth. You can taste it. I mean, I've been watching Scott Adams for 2 years. He hasn't been able to taste or smell for 12 years. And it came back this week. Total blessing. We need to be thankful for that blessing. We need to be thankful for the food that we have the ability to put on our plate. We need to be thankful for the plate that we put our food on. I choose to use a small plate. You go to these fancy restaurants, they want to give you lots of little, they call it tapas, lots of little small plates to share. Small plates. Small plates make me happy. I don't have to fill up a small plate. So everybody, let's drink up. Let's drink to having food and being thankful for that food. Because, any other addict, they can stop what they're doing. They can stop drinking alcohol. They can stop taking drugs. They can stop playing video games. You see, they can stop, but you can't stop eating. We don't have that luxury. We do not have that luxury. But we can be mindful of every bite we put in our mouth. We can stop the garbage carnage. We really can. And just because you think something has no calories because it's diet this or diet that, that's going to play havoc. That's more the carnage. That's more the lies you tell yourself. I had a friend I went to high school with. She drank two 2-liter bottles every day of Diet Dr. Pepper. Her bones were a mess. She broke bones like crazy. Her blood sugar was way high, and then it was in her shoes. And I had the light bulb moment, flip the switch on the salt. I don't like taking blood pressure medicine. But about 16 days ago, I decided, I take blood pressure medicine because I'm retaining fluid. And I eat salt, and that causes me to retain more fluid. And, if I cut back on the salt, because there's a lot of salt in everything we eat, if I cut back on that salt, maybe my doctor will take me off of some of my blood pressure medicine. Yep. So I did it. I haven't touched a salt shaker in 16, 17 days or so. It's crazy. But I flipped the switch. I don't have the desire for it. I've heard people, get diagnosed with lung cancer and never touch another cigarette. I've heard of people that have done that, have gone cold turkey on smoking and never had the desire for another cigarette. I have never smoked. I never have picked up a cigarette to smoke. I don't understand that, but I understand the addiction to salt. Yep, I understand that addiction. I understand the addiction to macaroni and cheese. Can't have it in the house at all. I never have to eat another helping of mac and cheese. Because I don't have it at home. None. And since I have let go of the garbage, since I have let go of it, guess what? I don't need to raise my bed up 3 inches at night because I don't have acid reflux. I don't have to take a Tums before I go to bed so that I don't wake up coughing my head off because something's stuck right here. Phlegm. Reducing the dairy in my life. I've never been good at dairy. I could never have, having 2 shows a day has cut back on a lot of dairy for me. And because with phlegm, I don't have it anymore. No phlegm. And it's all because I've let go of things that were hurting me. I've let it go. And you can let it go too. Go to savingdinner.com/sprint and join our little hot melt sprint group. We have learned from each other like you wouldn't believe. We have really learned. And it's powerful. It's some powerful stuff. We're doing our flights. We're doing our 4-minute workouts. It's changing lives. But we all need a little educating. I live by 3 books. And one of them is my Bible. I love my Bible. The other is the U.S. Constitution, because that's what our country was founded on. That's our Constitution. And the third is a carb counter book that stays right by my chair. and I can take it with me because it's a little thin book. And I got it on Amazon many years ago, and then I just bought some other ones today because Leanne gave hers away. It's just a quick guide for carbs. You don't know how many carbs are in something. Do you know how many carbs are in a plain old apple? One apple is 26 carbs. Now it has 5 grams of fiber, but 26 carbs in an apple. That's 21 grams of carbs. I'm not eating 21 grams of carbs in a day right now. Not doing it. A tortilla, about the same thing. You can either have a tortilla or an apple, and the tortilla has no fiber. Think about it. Don't do this to yourself. Do not do this to yourself. Because what happens when you eat the carbs? Your blood sugar goes up, your insulin comes out, and then you store fat for the rest of the day. And you store it. That's what I learned from the book, Why We Get Fat. When insulin comes out, that hormone causes us to store fat. And we have to stop it. We have to stop it. So drink up, folks. An apple is... I'm beginning to think that only carbs I need to eat are green leafy vegetables. They're the ones that are satiating me. Spinach, I've done wilted spinach for the last 2 nights, and I am craving it. I am craving spinach. Can you imagine that? Craving spinach? So, my insides are changing. Join us on this journey. We're writing this book, and, look at your own timeline. Watch Leanne's show. Watch my show from this morning. Think about your own timeline. How much did you weigh at age 18? And then compare that to what you are right now. Your house did not get cluttered in a day, and it's not going to get clean overnight. Think about this. Your body didn't retain all of this body clutter in a day. It inched up, as Leanne said today, 1 ounce at a time. 1 ounce at a time. There's a reason fruit only comes in at small windows, because we've never really, if you think of us, the human race, sweet is never something that we had very much of. We never had it very much. Now we can get it anytime we want. Don't be trapped by thinking that berries, all of these berries are good for you. There's too many carbs in them for me. I could probably have 1 blueberry. So drink up. Let's have a good rest of the day and enjoy your time with your family. And tomorrow is Renew Your Spirit Day. I'm probably not going to be on tomorrow unless I get to Patty's in time and I can do a quick little video there. But I'm not going to pressure myself to try to get there on time. We have to take care of ourselves. And hopefully I'll be through Monday in time to do an 11 o'clock show. But I'll be on the road. You want to go on the road with me? Here's to taking care of ourselves and learning to take care. Because I have a bag of food ready to go for me. Just, I have some smoothies. I have some almond milk. I'm all good, ready to go. for the road. On the road again. See you later. I love you all. Bye.